Hello, I'm Karpusamy, UR14 CS204. I'm going to be doing a technology 6 experiment. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use JavaScript and we're going to use, we're going to create six web pages, each with different JavaScript codes. The first one is a digital clock, and what we're going to do here is very simple. We're going to declare a variable with date. So date or date class. So D is a object of date class, and we're going to get the hours, get minutes, get second, which gives hours, minutes, seconds, and then we're going to display them in an interval of 1 second. So it gets updated by itself. So the next one is it changes background for every 30 seconds. So what we'll do here is we're generating random number with math.random, and we're multiplying it with 255, and we're using and we are storing it in red, similarly blue, green, and we're using RGB function with 3 different values which will generate a color, and we're setting the background color as the color that we generated, and we're using this one code for setting the body's background color. The third one is there'll be a text which is displayed, and once we move our mouse over it, it'll increase its size, and when we move our mouse out of it, it gets back to the original size. So how we do this is we're using two different functions, on mouse over and on mouse out. On mouse over calls increase size, and on mouse out calls decrease size. And I'll be explaining increase size and decrease size in the program. And the fourth one is for generating a card which moves from the left to the right of the screen. The fifth one is will be we'll given some data in array, and then we'll display the array the data before a certain time and after a certain time. So this is the web page, the digital clock. The page source is here. So what we're doing is we're creating a variable D of date type, and we'll be getting the hours, minutes, and time with these functions, and we'll be displaying it with 1 second gap, so it will update the time by itself. The next one is dynamic background. It changes its background by itself. So for this, like I've explained earlier, we'll be using 3 different variables, red, blue, green, and we'll be using RGB function, and we'll be giving 3 different values inside the functions which will generate a color, and we'll be setting the color as the background color of this web page using this specific code, and this background color changes for every 2 seconds. So I've given the number 300 here. The third one is over here. So move cursor over me to zoom in is the text, and once I move my cursor over it, it zooms in, and once I move it out, it zooms out. So the code for it is like I said, increases and decreases are the 2 different functions, and increases is on mouse over, and decreases is on mouse out. So what happens in the increase size is it gets the original font size of the it doesn't get the original font size. They first give the original font size, they store it in a variable, and then they just give the new font size as 50 pixels, and then in the decrease size function we'll be giving it as the original size, so it goes back to the normal size. The fourth one is a card. We started, it moves on to the right side of the screen, and once we stop it, it comes back to its initial position. And for this is the code here. My image is the car, and we're giving the position as relative, and we'll be starting it in the left side with 0 pixels. So it will be in 0 pixel in the relatively in the left margin. The function we're going to use to animate is move right. So move right, what it does, it just gets the current relative pixel of the image, which is over here, image.style.left, and it adds 10 pixels to it. So it moves towards the right side by 10. We're using animate. We're using set timeout, which resets itself in 200. But like in 2 seconds, 20 milliseconds actually, and clear timeout. Clear timeout. I will be just resetting the car image to the 0 pixel, so it comes back to its original position. The fifth one is we'll be giving a set of data by default inside the program, and it displays what is before 1980s and what is after 1980s. So the code for it is over here. So these are the data that I've given inside. Book A, book B, book C, book D, and given random years and the authors. So what happens is we are iterating through an array, this array specifically, and so these are the data I've given inside the book variable, and what I'm doing is I'm running through the array with the while loop, and and I'm running to the amount of books that's inside the book array. So what we're doing is we're checking if the books here is before 1980s or after 1980s. If it's before 1980s, we're printing it in the B tag. If it's after 1980s, we'll be printing it in the A tag. So in the B tag is over here. So it's before 1980 in the B tag, and after 1980 it's A tag. So that's how I've given here, and I've added the book's name in that B tag or A tag specifically. That's it. Thanks.